What is going on, everybody? Welcome back here to the channel. I'm Sean Davis. I hope you guys are enjoying the content here. If you guys are new, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe here to the channel. I apologize about my absence over the past week. Basically, been really sick. Basically, since the Super Bowl, actually, I missed the entire first half of the Super Bowl with just this raging headache. And then I caught the first Luka game on Monday night. But then like the next day, just completely under the weather, all the sorts. Who knows what it was, honestly. But I'm mostly back. I'm really subconscious about my voice. So I apologize if my voice comes off as any weird to you guys in the comments. Hopefully we'll be good to go here, like 100% back in action in the next couple of days. But I want to touch on a piece that was kind of talked about by Brian Windhorst of ESPN, and also continue to talk about the Mark Williams trade appeal. Let's start off with the let's start with the Windy thing, because the Windy thing is it's so bogus, and I get it, right? I completely get it that part of being the Lakers, right, is there are going to be people that that just want to be negative and talk shit about the team, excuse my language, but talk down on the team for literal no reason, right? But some of the people in ESPN recently, they've just been unnecessarily Debbie Downers. One of my buddies on Twitter, I forget who it was, but it might have been like Coach Rome of the Coaches Den. Shout out to the guys. It might have been him that was like, dog, the amount of people that are trying to stir up controversy. I mean, not controversy, trying to create adversity for the Lakers when there isn't any yet is absurd. So this is the quote from Brian Windhorst. The quote is, "I honestly believe the issue is Austin Reaves. He is the guy that needs the ball in his hands. They're going to probably have to diminish the ball in Austin Reaves' hands and put it more on Luka's hands to let Luka operate with the ball." Why do we care so much? Why do we care so much? Why are we like again? And I put a tweet out even. I was like, guys, look, the problem, if we want to make something an issue, we want to make something an issue. The issue isn't freaking Austin Reaves. The problem or potential problem isn't, can Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic play together offensively? Are you that's absurd? It's absurd. It's absurd to think that way, right? I am absolutely confident that those two guys could play next to each other offensively, right? Has Luka kind of been a little bit more reserved and maybe more laid back than we were expecting? Sure. But you also have to remember he's still coming back from injury on top of the stuff that we've already, with him emotionally. Like, who knows how he's kind of felt about, or actually, we do kind of know. He's talked about how emotional the transition has kind of been for him going from Dallas to LA. He's talked about that. So, can we just give Luka a minute to kind of get his life together first, right? Give him a second, okay? And then when we're specifically talking about Austin Reaves, we are forgetting the fact that Austin Reaves is kind of going, and even then, I don't even think that's the case, because Austin Reaves has played with multiple ball handlers before. He's played with LeBron James. He's played Anthony Davis, LeBron, AD, D'Lo. Austin has been in situations before where he's kind of had to be more of a secondary or a second side creator and catch and shoot option. So far this season, Austin Reaves is shooting 39% on uncontested or unguarded catch and shoot threes percentage, right? If we go back to last season, in the regular season, specifically for Austin Reaves, in general, 36% on catch and shoot threes last season, 39.9 on open catch and shoot threes. If we go to the year before that, which is the Western Conference Finals year, in the regular season, 40% on open catch and shoot threes, 39% in general. And then he's a good finisher. He's a good passer. The Lakers, this is just like I said, farming up stuff that isn't even like, that's not the issue. It's not the issue. Like, be mad at or have concerns, like I said, about the Lakers' ability to guard and how their half court defense essentially is held dependent on, is Jackson Hayes and Dorian Finney-Smith healthy? That's basically what that second Utah game was. Jackson Hayes only plays 7 minutes a year. Defense goes down the drain. That's essentially what that game was. That's the issue. Like, have reservations about that trio not being able to like consistently play defense on the perimeter. Let's talk about that. We're gonna have something to complain about. But that's how, again, it's out of left field, and it's just trying to like be negative just for the sake of being negative. Like, the hell are we even like being upset about when Austin Reaves is an 88th percentile spot up scorer, essentially meaning playing off the ball in off ball situations where spot up situations could be catch and shoot or catch and attack and play off of that. 88th percentile spot up scorer in the entire league. That can't play next to Luka? We need Austin to bring the ball down 100 times a game? No, he did it for the month and a half stretch without Luka, but then everybody and their mother understood that, oh, wait, this team kind of needs some more playmaking. And you just go grab the best playmaker on the planet. We cannot have our cake and eat it too, guys. I'm sorry. That just pissed me off reading that. Like, again, there's stuff to like have concerns about. That is not one of them. Can Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic fit offensively? Yes, they can. They're really good basketball players. Austin's a really versatile offensive player specifically. And I expect Luka, after the break, he got a couple of games under him. They'll be able to practice. He's going to be able to get a little bit more situated over the break. He's not an all-star this year because of the injury. So Austin's not an all-star. So like they'll be able to regroup. Only all-star on the team is LeBron. Be able to kind of regroup, reset, get a practice in, I'm sure. They'll be fine. Let's stop creating stuff. Good Lord. All right. Sorry about that. Anyway, wrapping up with the Charlotte thing. This Charlotte thing is really, really interesting with the Mark Williams trade. So obviously the Lakers said that there was a problem with Mark Williams' physical, which rescinded the trade. And now Charlotte at first Charlotte was like, yeah, all right, cool. You rescind the trade. You failed his physical or whatever. We are more than happy to, be back with Mark Williams. But, and by the way, per ESPN's Dave McMenamin, this would have been last Saturday, I believe. And by the way, the exact reasons are not known, but the decision was based on multiple issues, not necessarily the back injury that kept him out for most of last season. So Charlotte initially was like, yeah, okay, cool, fine. We'll take him back. We'll be happy. We like Mark. Mark is having a really, really good season, which I think is true. I think Mark's having a great season. But then now the Charlotte Hornets are kind of pressing. They are really pressing the issue, trying to, appeal, if you will, or trying to dispute the Lakers' decision to rescind the trade with Mark Williams. Essentially saying, like, look, the Lakers are mad that they overpaid or whatever. That's why they rescinded the deal. NBA, let's look into this. This is not right. And now that I honestly, the worst person in all this, or the person I feel for the most in all this, it's easily Mark Williams, because this situation has kind of just put himself publicly on blast, because now the rest of the league is looking at Mark Williams kind of like damaged goods, honestly. And regardless of what happens and what outcome, the league ultimately ends up with, it's not a good one for Mark, because then let's say for the Lakers, right? You end up, let's say, the Lakers thing, the league, says, yeah, Lakers, you wrongfully rescinded this or whatever. The trade goes through again. Mark Williams goes to LA. The Lakers are getting you, knowing they're red flags medically, and have to come to a decision to potentially extend you this summer? And that answer is going to be hell no, probably, because again of their known concerns about your medical issues. And now you're kind of playing with one arm tied behind your back already, because they already are kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, in terms of extending you or what their long-term vision of you was. Whereas initially, I think the Lakers are kind of 2 feet in on Mark Williams. Now they are very much, kind of Mark Williams kind of handicapped he gets here, honestly. And then if he stays with Charlotte, after kind of publicly saying, yeah, we're excited about him or whatever, is now basically telling the world, no, yeah, we don't want him. Please, LA, take the deal. And it's a lot of reputation at stake here, honestly. It's a lot of reputation at stake. So I'm very, very curious to see how this all unfolds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the place to be. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'm Sean. Make sure you guys check me out on Twitter at Sean_DAVI. I'm going to go lay down, rest my voice. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay safe. As always, go Lake Show. Peace out.